Hi, Jenny from the Junction here. We're going to talk about water. Water, water, water. Water, water, water. And Kelley's well. Now we'll interject history that I discovered about the situation after the fact. Can't wait to show you my new shirt. I have like the best shirt on. I bought the best shirt. I'm so excited about my shirt. I'm going to show you when we get out. Well, what are you doing in there? You want to come find some water with me? Everybody wants to know where the water was back in the day. Wells that actually fed the water to Death Valley Junction and Greenwater. What are you doing in there? Hi, I'm Jenny, and today I give you, well, where's the water? Hi, I'm with my friends Joe and Linda, who you won't see, that come with me as we go searching into the middle of the desert to find a hole in the ground that has water. Love you. How's everyone? How are you doing? So what are we looking at right here? This is some form of where the clay would come from the clay pits way out in Amargosa, and we'll go there another time. Bring the clay here. This is the TNT right here, we think?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the TNT, and you can see it goes all the way back to Railroad, to Eagle Mountain. And they did some kind of clay processing here. They had to do something. I always thought it was closer to Long Street. You can see Long Street just barely in the distance. There's Long Street. That's not Long Street. That's Long Street. Another perfect example of how I get lost in the desert.
And over there is the railroad spur that went to the clay pit that's on
yeah, you can see it
on the other side of Long Street.
You can just see right there the beginnings of. That's the one thing that it's so close to a town that there's not anything left besides some pylons and some broken glass. There's some green glass. Some blue glass, blue green. Because clay processing happened here from 1930s till I guess they got rid of the railroad in the 40s. Okay, yeah, you can see the spur way better now that I'm in the middle of the actual little compound here. And we think, and I'll confirm this, that we know for a fact that they weren't processing clay at Death Valley Junction until the borax left, because then they turned the whole processing plant. I also found some printed glass that looks new on this one too. It has like a little word on it, but they've been harvesting and using clay out of ash meadows for a really long time. Oh yeah, this is modern glass, right? I mean, some of this stuff is not modern, like this is going to be old because you can see how thick this is. But a lot of this glass is modern. Not this blue though. Oh yeah, that's modern. That's from people come out in Amargosa and they like to do target practice. But this is some old bottle. Look at that. They stopped mining. They stopped processing clay at Death Valley Junction in the 40s when they pulled the railroad up. That's an old light bulb. Oh, there's some old nails, but they're round-headed. They're not square. That's super neat. This reminds me of like the mill area at Death Valley Junction. There's nothing left. There's hardly any old cans. It's like a modern bottle. Yeah, I wonder what this did. What did that do? And there's old ceramics. No, that's plastic. I like how I just kind of walk around and be like, that's old. No, it's not. That's old. No, it's not. That's old. You can see how small the railroad bed is. It was a narrow gauge, just like the track that went from Death Valley Junction to Lila C and or from Death Valley Junction to Ryan Camp. Now, is the narrow gauge the same as a baby gauge?
No, it's
the narrow baby is even smaller than narrow.
That's even smaller. Yeah. The little train at Ryan is
it's super tiny. Yeah, because it's a baby gauge that goes from Ryan to the Widow Mine. It is different, a narrow gauge. And then, as I was being explained, that the regular standard gauge of the Tonopah Tidewater had adjustments on it to be able to take the narrow gauge clay, put it on that track, get it to Death Valley Junction, and then be able to come back and not have to transfer the material to a different car in order to be successful in that. There's the number there. And then, yeah, because this is kiln kind of like scorched. Yeah, that looks like a kiln. It's not kiln glass like the borax, but they might have done, I guess they might have done something that required heat, and then somebody just gathered nails and pieces, and there's a number 2. I really like in the olden days that the brick makers were so proud about what they did, they put their name on things. Like here's the part of that too. It's something company. Although I just stood in it's something company. Something.
I did read that's where that was the primary thing they used the clay for.
I wonder what this did.
Hole in the ground.
I know, but it did something. I mean, I wanna say water, but I just pretend that everything holds water in the desert. I like to pretend that everything holds water. And we were just discussing about what they did with the clay. My friends think that it was for either filtering or for oil processing. And look at that. That is something to do that some mineral got so hot that it created almost like a glaze. But we know borax didn't come over here. We didn't have anything to do with borax over here. And there's another. Oh, look at that. That might be old. That has something to do with electrical system. It says 920 watts, I think. That's super neat.
Oh.
And because we're walking out to the middle of nowhere, I have brought a trash bag because I always find trash when I'm walking in the middle of nowhere. But we're on the side of a road, and I'm gonna walk into the middle of nowhere and find a well. Okay, we got an old can, oops, of some sort. We are walking out. The well itself is on a wagon road from the 1860s, before Death Valley Junction was even really here. And so this was a well, not that it piped water to Death Valley Junction, but if you were a traveler, you could stop and get water before you headed further into anywhere else in the valley. And then also it was mentioned that there's a wagon road that you can see. Okay, so the wagon road and the railroad were friends, and that when they built the railroad, they made it be easily accessible for the wagons to still cross on the railroad. But as you can see, we just kind of parked on the side of the road, and GPS is telling us to go further. We've been walking, we're not sure, we haven't found it yet, but there's evidence of old timers out here. We've been finding cans. There's a can there, there's another big can over here. I'm not picking up those kinds of cans out of the desert. And I can see one over there, and one over there, and one over there. So like obviously there was something out here. Yeah, see there's another little one right here. So we got cans everywhere. Yeah, look at that. There we go. That's an old bottle. The bottle king would be happy at this. That's an old one because it's thick and the neck is small. And I don't know about that one if it's old or not. Somebody will tell me. Maybe it is. Oh yeah, that must be 273H. That's heavy. It's got sand in it. But super neat. That's what's fascinating. I was just mentioning to my friend Linda next to me that we found a canned ham. Oh yeah, that is totally a canned ham. When I was out at Lila Sea last, I found glass jars that used to carry cheese. But yeah, this is a small can. Oh, there's a can dump right ahead. Yep. Oh, okay. Yep, there's little cans.
Yeah, this one still has the P on it.
Oh yeah, look! All around us. I bet these piles just moved because of rain, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going over to the can dump.
Glass up there too.
I know, I love the glass. Mm-hmm. Glass and ceramics. We'll see if Joe just went off to find here's an old bottle. For sure. He went off to see if we could find the well. And then I see blue shiny things in the desert. I'm like, oh my gosh, there's trash! Yay, look at the trash! Man, there's big old bottles. Look at that one. ABC Company. This is an old bottle dump. Of course, there's probably not a whole bottle in here, but there's some lavender glass. We got a lavender. Oh, look at that bottleneck. Look at that. Them apples. That's really nice. And you can see this is all old glass because it's blue and the brown has got the weird iridescent. But I love the lavender. Here's another bottle top. That one's super neat. Some super purple glass. And yeah, there's just, I'll have to bring the bottle king out. I don't see any whole ones though. Hold on one second. Look at this old bottle top. Look at that one. That one's super neat. We found the most trash around here. And this looks like it might be it. According to the GPS, this is looking like this might be the well. I see more bottles over there. And trash. Okay, so right there, which we're not gonna walk that far right now because it's getting hot. We decided to come out kind of in the summertime, but that is where it is that the the wagon road joins the railroad. There's the railroad track right there.
They just
Or crosses over.
intersect.
And then I dropped a pin where we were right there at that well, and it says that it's pretty close. If anything, I might have to, it would be neat to walk the rail line, and maybe you might see something different, but not today. Headed back to the car, but yeah, dark purple glass scattered throughout here, and then there's some barrel hoops and just cans. And Kelley's well. See more cans, more cans, more cans. And then there's evidence of the wild horse pack that goes from the junction into Long Street and back out on a regular basis. There's our cars way over there. Another lonely can. Another lonely can. Okay, so I got a small bag of trash and a big bag that came from the grow house that's right down the street. Definitely could come back and pick up more. I almost forgot. Check out my new shirt. I just had to buy it. I was absolutely in love with it. Death Valley. Now who can tell me why I love it? Can you tell me why I love it? There's a special reason. I noticed it right away. Did you? Ugh, I just had to. Okay, just an update. I got one bag of trash in this bag. I definitely could get some more, but I'm gonna go ahead and dump this off here on my pit stop. I had stopped to dump the trash at the junction before I go any further, and also I wanted to say hi to my good buddy Jesse. It was nice to see him. But now I'm gonna go get in the pool. Let's go get in the pool. Not this pool. What in the hell is this? Well, yeah, look at that. Check this out. The entire pool is a L built because we're at Long Street. There you can see. It's an L. Off to the side and down the stairs. Isn't it a giant L? You get access to the pool if you stay in the campgrounds or you stay in the hotel. And they got cornhole.